What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First off, as always, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I did have a video for you guys Saturday, but I ended up deleting it because it was a Seahawks rebuild and Cooper Kupp signed. So yeah, it pretty much had no shelf life. So it literally didn't get uploaded, unfortunately. So that's my fault, but we're back for this week. And a team I've been wanting to do has been the Denver Broncos, who had a pretty damn good free agency. I was kind of waiting to see if they'd land Cooper Kupp as well on top of everything else they did. Of course, they didn't. So let's go ahead and jump in. That's what the Broncos did and do this Denver Broncos free agency rebuild in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me about 85% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall in the 85%, want to change that as we're on the road to 10,000 subs, that would be greatly appreciated. So first and foremost, let's kind of talk about some of the re-signs they did. Nothing that noteworthy to talk about. But of course, they brought back Jared Stidham to be their backup quarterback again. I think that's it on the offense, if I'm not mistaken. Then defensively, I know they re-signed DJ Jones. And then, of course, the two big additions. And there's another one we need to talk about, but there's a reason why he's on the team yet. Obviously, Dre Greenlaw and Tua and Hufanga. So pretty good additions there on defense. And then on offense, he's not here yet because unfortunately, Madden has him listed out for 16 weeks, so it's going to be a while before we could trade for him. But Evan Ingram is supposed to be on the team, obviously, as well. So that was another addition, which made a lot of sense, right? Because the Broncos don't have a lot of production at the tight end spot. Troutman is not really somebody you want to be your tight end one. So Evan Ingram's going to come in and be a huge weapon for Bo Nix. And then there was like a couple of guys I think that are also sitting here that we're going after. Actually, it's just Trent Sherfield right now. So Trent Sherfield, and I know they signed another linebacker, but I have never heard of him and I can't find him. So unfortunately, it was like, I don't even know how to say his last name, but I don't think he's going to affect the video that much. But if somebody knows him and I just don't know ball, I guess you can let me know in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and make sure that Trent Sherfield, I guess, signs. Obviously, he won't make a big addition to this roster, but he will sign then. Okay. So now we can head to the draft, and we'll have to take a look at what else we need to do. Obviously, they lost Devonta Williams, who was their RB1 at times. The Broncos, used a number of backs last year, but we definitely need an RB1 for the future. Evan Ingram will obviously plug in at the tight end spot. O-line is decent enough that I think we can rock with it for now. And then we probably need another wide receiver here. Maybe we can get Bo Nix's brother in the draft and Tez Johnson if we wanted to go that route. I know they're not. I think they're like adopted brothers, if not mistaken. I don't know the true story, and we could use another pass rusher. So let's go ahead, get into the draft, and let's see what we can add on top of what the Broncos have already done. And then once we get Evan Ingram on the team. Did I say Brandon Ingram earlier? Evan Ingram on the team. Then we can truly look at what the Broncos did. So here we are picking at number 20. So I don't really know where I want to go with the 20th overall pick. It could be a first round wide receiver like Luther Burden. Okay, did not follow. So to say if Luther Burden was on the board, I might have had to take him. There's also Emeka Egbuka, which I don't mind the idea of because I do think Bo Nix needs a young weapon to pair with him going forward. So I don't hate that idea. There's a number of different ways we could go about this, but we also could take Nick Scorton right now and just get our pass rusher secured. Put him opposite of Nick Bonito. That could be very scary going forward, so I don't hate that idea. And I don't really take Nick Scorton that often, so actually kind of loving that idea. I'll move him to outside linebacker in this scheme fit, and I think he'd actually be a really excellent addition. So I think that's where we're going to go round one. So let's get our pass rusher, make this defense even scarier than it already was, obviously. And then you add Dre Greenlaw, Hufanga, now Nick Scorton to the draft. Yeah, this should be a damn good defense. Him and Bonito should be awesome next year. And then PS2 on the outside. Could use a third corner as well. We have Riley Moss, who when he came back from injury was never really the same, got burnt a lot, especially T. Higgins had a day against him when they played at the end there. I do really want a running back going forward, so we could take one in round 2. There's a number of different things we could go after. I just don't know if we'll be able to address everything in one off season, unfortunately. So you have Isaiah Bond, Restrepo, Jack Beck. So there's still some decent wide receiver options, but I kind of like the idea of taking Travion Henderson here in round 2 and getting our running back. Also, what other running backs are there before we just jump on that? So there's Sampson, Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Ollie Gordon, Judkins, and okay. So yeah, I do think I want to walk with one of these guys. I did draft Caleb Johnson in one video, and he was terrific, and I haven't taken him in a while. So you know what? Give me Caleb Johnson. I know Travion Henderson's a stud too, but I'm going to take Caleb Johnson in round 2, get our running back, fix that backfield that Denver, was kind of struggling with last year, where they had to just shuffle through so many guys. I know McLaughlin is an explosive back. I know they gave Estime some chances, but Williams is obviously gone. And now we go to round 3. So round 3, this is where we might take another wide receiver because we want Bo Nix to have all the weaponry around him if we can control it. So let's see if there's anybody of interest. So Jaden Higgins is still here, and to me, that makes just too much sense. So Restrepo, Jaden Higgins. I'm going to go Jaden Higgins. I know Restrepo is good too, but I feel like we kind of have... I'd really like a physical 6'4" guy. Could pair really well with Sutton and Marvin Mims. So give me Jaden Higgins in round 3, and I'll let my assistant GM take care of the rest. So I think our offense should be really good, or at least it should be. Our defense, obviously, already really good. So the only other thing we could have done is maybe taken a corner, which I might do here in round 4 just to give ourselves another corner body. But maybe next offseason we can get like another corner pair with PS2, because at least we have PS2, right? So just give me, well, Jason Marshall I actually don't think is that good in this draft. Let me see if there's a different corner I could potentially take. I usually don't draft around 4, but we have Darion Porter, which actually, sign me up for this. This wouldn't be bad. Porter, elite speed. Yeah, I'll go for that. So that will be our draft. He'll have a similar face scan to, it's not really a face scan, it's just a model for Madden, but similar face scan model, whatever you want to call it, to Jaden Higgins. But now we can go in to this first season and see what it's looking like. We'll also add Evan Ingram to the team like he's supposed to be. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for year number 1 after the offseason we just had. Obviously, the Broncos doing the majority of it, but we had Bo Nix, Caleb Johnson, who got drafted, so we'll start him immediately. You have Sutton, you have Marvin Mims. We'll throw, I mean, I know Troy Franklin's interesting too, but I'd probably throw Higgins at wide receiver 2 right away, honestly. Then Mims, I assume, will still play in the slot. So we'll throw Higgins and Sutton to be our wide receiver duo, then Mims in the slot. Bo Nix, Caleb Johnson, Bowles, Powers, Wattenberg, Miners, McGlinchey, Evan Ingram, Troutman, and then defensively, you have Jones, Nick Scorton, Sanders, Ray Greenlaw, Nick Benito, Ufanga, Riley Moss, and then Porter is obviously kind of down the depth chart, but same thing. I'm going to throw him in there. Zach Allen, Franklin Myers, and DJ Jones. And then for specialists, we have slot wide receiver going to Blay, which I guess isn't horrible, but honestly, I think I'm going to go ahead and put... I'm going to throw Nick Scorton here too, but I think I'm going to throw Jaden Higgins in the slot, or actually Marvin Mims, I should say, in the slot, and let him cook there, because our slot wide receivers usually do really good. So my expectation is for this team to make the playoffs, obviously. This team was in the playoffs last year, so that would be ideally what happens again, but I don't really know. I don't do a ton of Broncos rebuilds, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but all I know is, like I said, I'm going to throw Marvin Mims in the slot, and I will see you guys at the end of year 1, and we shall see how it goes. So at the end of year 1, expectations was the playoffs, and that's exactly what has happened. So we're at 87 overall, 11-6. We go on the road to play the Baltimore Ravens, so that should be very interesting. But we weren't top 3 in stats anywhere for individual players. But wow, Greg Rousseau had 25 sacks, and Abdul Carter always goes to Cleveland, and him and Myles Garrett are just a scary duo. And that definitely is possible in real life too. That could be really disgusting if Cleveland's able to do that. But offensively, we're pretty good. 13th NFL. And I didn't change either playbook, which feels good too. And then 14th NFL. So 40-17 for Bo Nix. We had 800. I saw 870. There it is. 878 touchdowns. Sutton and Marvin Mims had a great season along with Jaden Higgins. Almost 3 1,000-yard wide receivers. Evan Ingram didn't do too much, but still had 5 touchdowns with 500 yards. Sacks-wise, we had 8 from Nick Benito, 4.5 from Franklin Myers, 3.5 from Zach Allen, 3 from DJ Jones. And Scorton didn't land a single sack, which is clearly disappointing, obviously, because kind of what we're looking for out of him. I don't even see his name. Did he not start or something? Or am I just tripping? I literally do not even see him at all. Tackles. Did he do anything? Oh, there he is. He had 6 TFLs, but no sacks. Okay. 22 solos, 30 tackles in total, but whatever. All right. Let's jump in and play Baltimore round 1. The last time Bo Nix played the Ravens, it wasn't pretty, so hopefully this time will be much better. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Bo Nix caught his touchdown against the Ravens, right? On a trick play. So maybe he could do that again, but this time we win. So let's see if we can come out here and win a playoff game to start this video. As we start off pretty hot, 7-0, and the Ravens will respond with a field goal. We know our defense is good, but can our offense keep up with the Ravens is the question. Our defense so far is stopping the Ravens, and we're up 14-3. The Ravens make it interesting here, but we score again and another interception. I mean, if we're doing this against a good Baltimore team, I imagine there's a slim chance that a Super Bowl might happen this year, which would be pretty crazy. But I mean, Denver has such a good team that I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. The contract they got Dre Greenlaw for is going to be so amazing as long as Greenlaw returns to play, which I have no doubts that he will. I know he's coming off Achilles injury from a couple years ago, but still an incredible contract. And we'll see who we're playing next round, but we beat the Ravens pretty easily. But now we draw our division foe, that being the Kansas City Chiefs. So we shall see if we can take down Kansas City. We just beat the Ravens, so I don't think it's impossible that we could beat the Chiefs as well, but we shall see. We're in a familiar stadium, and we start off with the football here, and we will start off 3-0, but the Chiefs will respond with a touchdown. They did miss the extra point. It's still a 3-6 game, but we scored a touchdown, and we missed the extra point. Now they kick a field goal to tie it. So it's 9-9 with 1:55 left, and we will go score 16-9. And the Chiefs will respond with a field goal. And can we score in this possession? No, it's 16-12. So far, very interesting game, but we're going to go 23-12, and I think we're going to the AFC Championship in year one. So Bo Nix is out here doing his thing. Our defense is doing their thing as well. It's like a complete team product right now, and I barely have done anything so far. So this is pretty cool. Let's go see who's in front of us in the AFC Championship. We already took down two damn good teams in the AFC. Maybe it'll be the Bills. We can get revenge on them from what happened in Wild Card Weekend this last year. Okay, so it's not the Buffalo Bills. It is a team that the Broncos, I guess, could get revenge against because I think it was the Week 17 loss. Yeah, Week 17 loss against them. So let's see if we can come out here and take down Joe Burrow and the Bengals, another elite offense that we got to take care of. And we're on the road again. So we've been on the road all three times, and this time the Bengals will start off 7-0. I think we started off with a lead in each game thus far. Not this one, though. But we'll be back in at 7-7. We have 19 seconds left on our own 49. Honestly, with 2 timeouts, I definitely think we can at least steal a field goal here. And I know I could have maybe just trusted the AI to do it, but I want to see if I can make it happen for us. So I'm going to go screenplay to see if I can't steal some yards here. And boom, blocks are there. And I can get out of bounds too. I don't think I got out of bounds, so I got to call a timeout. So 84 yards on the day. We'll take one shot at the end zone, and then maybe we'll just, if Marvin Mims wants to screw around and get open on this play, I'm going to take it. Oh, I thought he was going to go upfield. I'm honestly really lucky that was intercepted. I thought he was going to go upfield, but he cut it inside. That was an option, I think. Yeah, that could have been, honestly, if he kept running straight, I think that would have been a touchdown. Now, I'm probably just going to go for the field goal here, but I'm just trying to gain a few more yards. Trying to hit Sutton here. Imagine he just broke like 2 tackles and got in there, but let's just settle for a field goal, and we'll take the 10-7 lead before half. So we'll take that, and we'll run with it. A touchdown would have been great, but we'll take that as well. The 10-7, as long as the Bengals don't score with 1 second left, we go in the half with the lead, and they're going to score out of the half. But we will score to 17-14. It's 17-21, and we will score again, but the Bengals will get intercepted by Riley Moss, who had a terrible game against T. Higgins the last time they played. So that's almost like poetic revenge. So year one, we're going to the Super Bowl. Do we win it, though, is the question. We shall see. But this defense has been absolutely elite throughout this playoff run. So we'll have to see who is in front of us in the Super Bowl and if they can continue what they've been doing. But this has been awesome so far. I've barely done anything. So after an incredible run in the AFC playoff bracket, of course, now we have to play an NFC team in the Super Bowl, and who other than the Philadelphia Eagles. So we shall see if we can complete the year one Super Bowl as the Eagles go up 3-0. And we will, okay, so we don't score on our first drive. A good field position, nothing with it. Another interception, this time from Riley Moss again, but it looks like we threw one right back. But our defense continues to just get stops, and it is 3-0 still. So we still can get in this game, and we finally score 7-3. If we score again, this game could be in our favor, and we will... Okay, we have the ball with 1:18 left. Okay, all we need is 1 first down, and we have ourselves a Super Bowl victory in year one. So let me come out here and see if I can't put this game away with our rookie, Caleb Johnson. Man, this is actually crazy. You know what would be even crazier is if we took a shot with Sutton. But no, let's just keep... Oh, wow. You know what? Taking a shot with Sutton may not have been the worst thing in the world. I think we got to be more aggressive now. I don't think we just run the ball at the Eagles anymore. Probably should have seen that look and realized that wasn't going to work. Honestly, that's my fault. I take full... You know what? Let's play action them. Let's see what they do with this. Would they allow Evan Ingram to just run open? I'm going to take a shot, and he's there. Evan Ingram, first down. Eagles have to call their timeout. Bo Nix threw a pick in this game, but it doesn't even matter. There's probably going to be a little bit of time left remaining because they have 1 timeout left, but that was a huge play. Field goal doesn't really do us any good. They could still tie it. I don't really want to go to overtime, obviously. So that's going to be their last timeout, 2nd and 11. But I think we almost could just kneel this out, and this would be game over. But I'm just going to actually, I think I'm pretty sure I could just run this or kneel this out and it'd be game. Wow, what great blocks downfield One more first down should do it though at this point. Which, by the way, let's put on True Clock. Let's get out of here. One first down. This game is definitely over. So let's just get the first down and call it good. So 30 seconds left. Although I don't even think we needed the first down, and we don't even get it 4th and inches. I didn't even need to keep playing the ball. I didn't at all, but I did, I guess. Okay, well, that's going to be a Super Bowl victory for us. So year 1, we won a Super Bowl, which is awesome. Like I said, I barely did anything, obviously. The Broncos added Hufanga. It was a 7-3 victory, by the way, which is just crazy. So battle some defenses in the Super Bowl, but we're the ones that win. All we needed is 1 touchdown to get it done, and we did. I don't even remember the last time I won a Super Bowl in year 1. That's pretty wild. So we have to see if we can't go back to back here. I still think there's more things we can do, which is the crazy part. But this is just going to help everybody develop even further. So next year should be, wouldn't shock me at all if like the Madden sim just made us miss the playoffs next year, because that's just how Madden be. But we'll see, man. I'll see you guys with the offseason and what we're about to do to continue to build on this. But this is incredible. Year 1 Super Bowl, was not expecting that. So $167 million in cap space to re-sign our players. I have to presume that there's going to be some important guys to worry about. So let's go see who is a free agent. So Nick Bonito, yeah, that one's pretty important. Drake Greenlaw, I guess only was on a 1-year deal. Obviously, in real life, he signed a 3-year deal. And then Sutton's a free agent. Yeah, there's definitely some important players here. So we have a ton of money, so we should be able to re-sign everybody as long as we play our cards right. So Nick Bonito, we can sign him until he's 32 years old. That's fine. Greenlaw is supposed to be on this video for 2 more years. So he signed like a 2-year. Yeah, we're never going to be able to get him for what the Broncos got him in real life. We're just going to have to give him. Just kidding. He's going to test free agency. Okay, franchise tagging him would cost us what? I'm going to do it because I don't want him to leave. We have a ton of money, so whatever. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I want to keep this team intact because it obviously just led to a damn Super Bowl. So let's not let anybody walk. Sutton, Franklin Myers, McLaughlin are the next 3 guys I want to bring back. Sutton, although, is not interested in coming back, so I don't even know if we're going to get him to come back. So he's going to test free agency. And then Franklin Myers is a fine starter, so let's try to get him back. And McLaughlin, it looked like he was our 3rd down back. So yeah, I'd be fine with bringing him back too. And he's an explosive guy, but unfortunately he says no. And that was our center, but I could probably maybe find an upgrade there. So whatever. You guys are leaving us, but that still leaves us with $75 million in cap space, which is still plenty. And we still have draft picks. We could still make a trade. Maybe we move on from Sutton and get a different wide receiver 1. Like, that's not a horrible idea. I love Sutton, but, if we had a better guy, it wouldn't hurt, honestly. So, definitely. And then, did Evan Ingram retire, or is he a free agent? He must have retired. Did he retire? Is he that old? Or did I just not see him as a free agent? I don't know. Let's see, because that's weird to me. So, he is out here. So, he is here. So, we have to bring Evan Ingram back because he signed I don't even know. He signed a 2-year deal, I believe. So, able to get him back, but before that, I guess I just didn't see Evan Ingram sitting there in free agency. He must have been at the very back, so that's my fault. But let's go take a look at this lineup, so before we do anything further. So obviously, Sutton left us. We're going to have to upgrade our center position at least. Higgins was a good pick, always, and then Mims is good right now, but either we bring back Sutton or we go for a different wide receiver, and then a center. Defensively, Nick Gordon's 81 overall. Benito's great. Honestly, the only thing I'm worried about on defense, actually nothing. Actually, I might just leave this defense the way it is. This actually looks really good. Now, it wouldn't hurt to add in the draft. Maybe a D tackle if we want to do that. But it would not hurt to add in the draft. I'm not saying we wouldn't, but pretty good. What I like on defense, because Moss is up. Porter was obviously a good pick. And then we have another guy. So, yeah, not bad. But let's go see what we can do as far as free agency, as far as our own guys. So, I said I need a center. So we'll look into that. But Evan Ingram, Leo is interesting. We could move him to middle linebacker too. But Drew Sanders is fine, and I don't want to mess with that. So I'm going to give Evan Ingram a deal to bring him back. I want him to stick around, but we'll see if he says yes. Okay, it looks like he will, as long as you don't pick something else. Cole Miller could steal him from the Raiders, but we don't really need. So we need a center, but maybe we just sign like, I don't know. Do we sign like a Cole Miller, and he's interesting coming here, and then we move somebody inside? I don't hate that. We can move Ben Powers inside, and we'll move Cold Motor left guard. Let's do that. So that should be addressed there. And then Sutton. Do we just bring back Sutton, or we go for somebody different? Sutton is an 82 overall, but I think he's fine. Yeah, let's try to bring back Sutton if possible. If he doesn't want to come back, then whatever, we go for something different. But that way we don't have to give up equity to go get somebody else. So we'll see if he signs that. And I think that's all I was really looking for. So let's see. We got Evan Ingram, Colton Miller, and Cortland Sutton. Is there anybody else I want to go for before we do so? We could bring in Bland, or we could bring in Leo Chenal as well. Like, it doesn't hurt to steal somebody from the Chiefs. So you know what? Screw it. Actually, we don't even have enough money. Well, I'll try to just throw an offer at him anyway. He's interested coming here, so maybe he will regardless. So we'll see what he says to that. And then we'll have Leo, Colton Miller, Sutton, Evan Ingram. It won't hurt my feelings if Leo doesn't pick us. We didn't give him the best offer. And he did pick us. Wow. So probably going to moving him to inside linebacker opposite of Drake Greenlaw. Sutton is still considering his options, and he may not pick us, which sucks, but he did. So W, Sutton's back too. So everyone is brought back. Also brought in Colton Miller and also Leo Chenal. So this should be an even better team. We just upgraded technically. So let's move these guys inside the way I want to. So Miller's going to go to left guard. Ben Powers is center. And then offensively, we don't need to mess with anything. To me, we don't really need to mess with anything. This team is really good already, and we still have the draft. So we can just supplement to the draft and get depth for best player available for whatever we see best fit. It should be pretty good. We should be looking at a potential back-to-back Super Bowl if possible, but we'll see. So the team is already listed at an 88 overall, and we get to add more to this team, which feels good. I think in round one, it'd be preferred if we're able to get a D tackle, because DJ Jones is older, and we definitely need to find a guy to take over for him. And I see DJ Hicks, and to me, it makes too much sense. So that is where we're going to go in round one. A block shedding, A finesse moves. I mean, it's just a perfect pick. It's going to add even more to our defense. So welcome DJ Hicks, whether he starts this year or he starts next year. What a fantastic draft pick. I mean, this video is just going super smoothly to start the week, which is what I needed. So pick 64. Let's see what we got on the board here. But we already have a Super Bowl, so there's no pressure to win one today. We already got it. Like in year one, we got that bad boys. So now we just going to add, and we can take Jelani McDonald here just to give some depth at that strong safety spot. Obviously, we have injuries off, but in real life, Hufanga is coming off a season-ending injury, so we're never going to have enough depth, so we'll take Jelani McDonald. So we're just making our defense that much better, which is awesome, because that was to me, defense was the strength of our team. They let every team, like, with a low scoring in every game. That's why we won the Super Bowl 7-3. So as long as we make this defense even stronger, nothing should be able to stop us. And give me Jamari Butler as depth too, and that should be our draft. So that will be it, and we'll see what the lineup is looking like for year two. The expectation is to hopefully go back-to-back. You know, I have not three-peated in a video before. It would be really cool if we were able to do that today, but we'll see. So here's what the lineup is looking like for year number two. Bo Nix under center, Cortland Sutton, Caleb Johnson, Estime. Oh yeah, McLaughlin didn't stay with us. I forgot about that. So that'd been another guy to bring in, but whatever. The Mims, Jaden Higgins, Sutton, Ingram, McGlinchey, Miners, Powers, Miller, and Garrett Bowles. On the defensive side of the football, we have Jones, Nick Scorton, Leo Chenal, Dre Greenlaw, Nick Benito, Butler, McDonald. DJ Hicks is going to start right away, which is awesome. So just another addition to this defense. Makes us even stronger. And then what are the slot wide receivers looking like? So I guess I'll throw Jaden Higgins there, since Marvin Mims might be our wide receiver 1 this year. And then we have McDonald playing slot cornerback, which I don't hate the idea of. So we'll see how it goes. I will see you guys at the end of year two. Hopefully we make the playoffs again. You know, maybe securing a bye would be even better. 88 overall. So we shall see if we can go on here and go back-to-back. But we got to make the playoffs first. And it wouldn't shock me if we missed it for some reason, but we'll see. We should make it, but we'll see. We went from 11-6 to 9-8, but hey, we're in the postseason, and that's all you can ask for. So as long as we make it, we have a chance. We get to draw the Bengals in round one, who we did beat last year. We'll see if it repeats itself this year. Stats-wise, offensively, similar stuff. We were 14th NFL, and then defensively, we were 14th as well. So pretty similar to last year. We were kind of middle of the pack, both sides of the ball. But in the, you know, as we know, the postseason, things really stepped up. So we'll see if that ends up being the case again. Tafley was involved. Jaden Higgins with 8 touchdowns and 5 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns from Sutton. Defensively, sacks-wise, 12 from Franklin Myers, 8.5 from Scorton. So much better from him this year. 8.5 from Allen, 3 from DJ Hicks, and then 2 from Leo Chenal, 2 from Benito, and then 5 receptions from Dre Greenlaw, 4 from Riley Moss, 3 from Hufanga, 2 from McDonald, and 2 from Patrick Surtain. So let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can't beat the Bengals again. We shall see. So Bo Nix heads to Cincinnati once again at Paycor Stadium. So let's see if we can't do what we did to them last year. 7-0 start, and we get an interception with Hufanga, and just like that, already up 14. Now it's 14-3, but now the Bengals make, oh wow, that took a turn of events. But we'll get back at it, 21-17. And now we have good field position, and we don't do anything with it. This is a pretty interesting game so far. An interception from McDonald, the rookie. and we will go up 28-17. 28-25 with a minute 21 left. Do we hang on to the football? Yes, we do. So we beat the Bengals back-to-back years. That game was interesting. We were up 14-0, and then they scored 17 unanswered, and then we got back in it, thankfully. But let's go see who's awaiting us in the divisional weekend as we start off with another playoff victory. Bo Nix has been damn good so far in the playoffs, other than the first time against the Bills, but we'll see if we see them this year. Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, lo and behold, that is who we're playing here in divisional round. We didn't get to see them last year. This time we do. So Bo Nix gets to go to Buffalo for the second time in the postseason. Obviously, first time was not the way he wanted to go. This time, hopefully, it could be different for us, and we get a stop to start things off. And we will also get stopped, but we get an interception from Dre Greenlaw, 7-0 start. And this is how it started last time, and we all know how it ended. So hopefully this time we hang on. So we will go up 10-10 tie game. They'll go up, and we'll be up 13-10. Defense gets a stop. Can we hang on here? And we will bleed the clock and beat the Bills 13-10. That's going to be 13-10. Back-to-back AFC Championship appearances. This is insane, man. I don't think I've ever seen this much success in a Madden simulation before, but here we are. So we'll go see who's awaiting us in the AFC Championship. It is our fellow division rival once again, the Kansas City Chiefs. And interesting about this video today is we've been playing nothing but elite AFC teams, by the way. We've been playing the best of the best. It's not like we're playing like no shot at the Colts, but we haven't been playing like the Colts or the Raiders or anything like that. We've been playing literally Ravens, Bills, Bengals, like Chiefs. It's been like that, and we've been coming out on top. But does that continue here? So we're down 7-0, but we will tie the game 7-7. Defense gets a stop, and we'll go up 10-7. So 10-7, and now we go up 17, and we do 17-7. Defense gets another stop, and now it is 17-14 in the fourth quarter. Get an interception. No, it's just a sack, and we'll go up 24-14, and we're going to be going to the Super Bowl back-to-back seasons. This is incredible. I've barely had to jump in either. Like you guys know, sometimes I jump in just to save the day. I barely have had to do that. Yes, I jumped in to get a first down against the Eagles. That was basically it. Other than that, I've just sat here and watched, and this team has been dominant. We'll see if we can't go win back-to-back Super Bowls. Let's see. And now we get to play a different team in the Super Bowl. It is not the Philadelphia Eagles. This time it is another good team in the NFC who won the #1 seed last year. Then got upset by my Washington Commanders is the Lions. So we got Denver headed to Detroit. Or no, just kidding. This is Super Bowl. So we're not headed to Detroit. Where is this? I actually can't tell by the stadium where we're at. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Mercedes-Benz. It looks like that's is that a Benz logo? Is this Atlanta? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's see if we can start off here with a lead. It will 7-0 start. And now it is a tie game. And we get a stop. Okay, so do we score here? No, so far it's 7-7. And we will, nope, it is going to be a 10-7 lead for Detroit. Can we go score? We do. 14-10. We get a stop on defense. And are we going to 17-10? It's another stop. And that is going to be all she wrote. Back-to-back Super Bowl victories for Denver, which is just absurd. And like I said, I've barely done anything, really. Like, okay, I added more talent in the second offseason, don't get me wrong. But we got to go for the three-peat, man. Like, three-peat will decide whether or not we end this video on a three-peat or whatever it may be. Maybe we don't even make the playoffs. That would be crazy. But, man, this team has been nothing short of dominant. We went 9-8. I think we were the 7th seed, and we still won a Super Bowl run. And Bo Nix only threw for 63 yards, and we still won the damn game, 17-10. Let's go see if we can't three-peat. We'll start in the offseason, and man, this video is going swimmingly well. The best part about this is we're still on Bo Nix's rookie contract. Now, I will say we don't have a ton of money to work with this offseason, but as long as there's not too many free agents to worry about, we should be okay. So Brandon Jones, Marvin Mims, Bo Nix is a 5th-year option, which we'll obviously accept. Dre Greenlaw, who's again a free agent, Riley Moss. Damn, there actually is a lot of free agents to worry about here, and won't lie to you. So we might be losing some talent here, but we're going all in on the three-peat. So as long as there's guys restructure, we're going to do it, which I assume there'll be like PS2's contract. We can maybe restructure. So that would free up $10 million, but we'll see what else we can do. So Nick Bonito would free up $10 million. So let's do it, man. Let's do as much as we can. We're going all in. So I really don't care about next year. I'm all in this offseason, and that's all that matters right now. So we're going to free up as much cap room as possible to keep the roster intact. I don't really care about the consequences because we're done after year 3, regardless of what happens. So, yeah, so that's going to free up, should be plenty of money. Hopefully, I think we just free up a ton of cap room. And we have $70 million, so that should give us enough room to re-sign everybody, hopefully, as long as people are willing to re-sign, obviously. So start Brandon Jones, and he will stick around, so that's great. Marvin Mims has been our wide receiver 1 now that he's developed, and he will stick around too. Good start so far. Dre Greenlaw, wanted to keep you on a long-term contract last year. This time he will sign one, okay. And then Riley Moss, who's been pretty good, so we'll bring him back too. And then Drew Sanders is just depth at this point, but doesn't hurt to keep him. Is there anybody else? Sanders is kind of the last one. I guess our center as well, but we could always replace him. So Drew Sanders would be kind of like the last guy I'd have interest in bringing back. Although we still have made money, still might have money to bring back Drew Sanders, or sorry, Ben Powers as well, which we do. So if he signs that, he does. Okay, so pretty much everybody I feel like we needed to resign, we did. We're gonna lose anybody important? Not really. I think we're chilling. We lose Jarrett Stidham, but who cares, right? So let's just head straight to the draft. I don't even think we need to see free agency. We don't have cap space anyway, so who cares? And there's really no way to free up more money unless we cut somebody, which I don't want to do. This team is already really good, so we're not even going to mess with that. And we can take a look at the lineup before the draft, though, because obviously going for the 3-peat. I may not even draft, honestly. I might just let the assistant GM draft it, but just because, like, I don't even know what more I could add to the team that's going to become a starter. I think we're kind of chilling everywhere. Only position maybe would be center. But yeah. Oh, left tackle. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. We lost our left tackle. Why did who retired? I can't even think of his name right now. Garrett Bowles. Garrett Bowles retired on us, I guess. Or he was a free agent, which I don't think he was because I didn't see him as a free agent. So Hicks already an 83 overall. Cornerback room is looking good. So to me, the O-line still remains the main problem. So I will draft here because we do need a left tackle now all of a sudden. So we'll be picking 32 again, but hopefully we find a way to get a left tackle to fall to our laps. We'll see if we get that lucky. So picking 32, and then we can take a center in round 2 if needed. Will Pierce goes number 1, so the Patriots were taking that very seriously. This is what you get for winning Super Bowls. You get to pick last. So we do get a center prospect available to us if we want to take him. I mean, we could take Trent Quick or Clay Abrams. We also could always move Ben Power. Or sorry, we could always also move Cole Miller back to left tackle. He was a left tackle originally anyway. So I guess we'll take Justin Flanagan. And if one of those left tackles are still on the board, we'll take them in round 2. And we'll rock with that. So let's go to round 2 and let's see who is on the board. If we get a left tackle still here, then maybe we don't even worry about moving, or maybe even move this guy to inside. We'll see, and we can move Cole Miller back to. We have Brock Westbrook, who actually I think is pretty good out of the draft, not mistaken. So might end up taking him, but I think that's what we're gonna do. So give me Brock Westbrook. Should give us a decent enough O-line for year 3, and let's go see if we can go back to back for the 3-peat. I'm not even going to show you guys the lineup. You guys kind of already know what it looks like. We didn't really change much. The O-line is going to be like the only thing that's different. So I will just simply see you guys at the end of year 3. Hopefully make the playoffs, and hopefully a 3-peat is coming, because that would be amazing if we could do that. So damn, at the end of year 3, our luck has run out. So we made the playoffs last year at 9-8. This time 8-9 does not get us in. Damn, we can't 3-peat today. That's unfortunate. Oh, wow. I was ready for the 3-peat to potentially happen. I would love to at least seen us in the bracket. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Offense was 21st in NFL, and then defensively 12th in NFL. So final stats look something like this. 32-9 from Bo Nix, and we can't do another season because our cap space is going to be absolutely obliterated based off what we did. So that ended the video with 17 touchdowns, which is cool. And then sacks-wise, we had 8 from Nick Scorton, 6 from Zach Allen, 5.5 from DJ Hicks, 4.5 from Nick Bonito. But all in all, still a super fun video. What is McDonald's the dev trait, by the way? It's still only start. Okay. But he is a damn good safety for the future as well if we decide to move on from Michael Fung or anything. But it doesn't matter at this point because the video ends here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video to start off the week. This was a damn good one, to say so myself. But I will see y'all in the next video. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.